Now, let me start off by saying, like, the schedule kind of changes from time to time. It is not a strict schedule like a job where you show up at 9 a.m., excuse me, you leave at 5 p.m., and you're doing kind of the same thing. You have lunch from, like, this is kind of different because it's not, I mean, you're not dealing with the boss, you're not dealing with someone telling you to be here, do that, do this. And so it really comes down to how you want your schedule to be. And kind of how I do my schedule now is something that was taught to me, and I find it very effective. So I'm gonna just run through some of the things. First thing, I wake up every morning maybe around like 5:30, and I do this because for one, I have a dog and I have to make sure that he's taken care of, but also so that I can get a head start on my day. It kind of puts you at an advantage waking up earlier than a lot of people, and so I try to be up around 5:30 or so, but I will be out of the house no later than like 8 a.m. So all of my like reading, meditating, planning my day, taking care of the dog, getting dressed, working out, shower, whatever, all that's going to happen from when I wake up until around 8 o'clock. I recommend that you do read the news or something. I do that every morning. I read the New York Times, I read the local news just to know what's going on. And I'm actually doing this while I'm still in bed, and then I'll pick it back up when I start to have my coffee in the morning. Speaking of, like, yeah. And so really keeping yourself knowledgeable about current events and things going on. I do that every single day. And the reason why is not just to make you smarter and for you to know what's going on, but also it makes conversation evening. And I'm going to get to what I do in the evening, and you'll see why I do that in the morning. So I'm on my way to the office now, about 8 o'clock. So this is where I'm going to end up. In my office, but while I'm on the way, what I'm doing is I'm making calls to people. So not necessarily new leads and clients, there's a time for that, but just people who I haven't talked to in a while, just having friendly conversation. I like to limit these conversations to like 2 minutes so I can crank out a lot of them, but just how you doing, what's been going on, how's the family. I kind of stick to this Ford script. So family, occupation, recreation, and then dreams. So that's pretty much what I talk about when I'm on the phone with them for that 2 minutes, and I'm just letting them talk. But what that allows me to do while I'm on the way, it allows me to keep in touch with people. And so once I actually arrive at the office, then that's when I really get into the whole work and everything. I'll normally have a second cup of coffee once I get to the office, and because that's just how I am. But the first thing I do, I get on the computer and I check emails. And so I'm gonna look through all of my emails, seeing and kind of categorizing things. So what I need to attend to right now, what can wait until later, what's something somebody else can take care of, but really keeping my inbox organized, and so that way I can kind of plan my day out. Then, and this may seem kind of backwards to some people, but then I create my to-do list for the day. So once I kind of see those emails, I know what I need to prioritize and what I need to do. My to-do list is kind of a running to-do list because I'll be sitting here working, and then I'll think of something, and then I add it to my list. And so I'm always adding things to the to-do list. But when I get in there in the office and check my emails, that's when I do the organized to-do list stuff. So from there, I get to doing things. So if there's anything that'll take maybe 10 minutes or less, I knock it out during that time, because I give myself maybe about an hour to get organized, to wind down, to take care of little things, and then I do what's called power hour. So then I'm gonna really like start prospecting. So this normally takes me to around 10 o'clock or so. So from 10 to 11, I'm straight up prospecting. So I'm cold calling. I am following up with people. I am doing that stuff to try to get more business. I'm doing it to try to get listings. I'm trying to get buyers closed. I'm spending a whole hour uninterrupted, just sitting there grinding away on the phone. And most of these conversations that I'm having are cold conversations. And so I'm not calling friends and family. I'm calling like leads that have come in today, yesterday, through the night, I'm calling, and if I don't have any leads that have come in, I'm cold calling people, you know. So that's what I'm doing for that hour. Yeah, so after that, so that's gonna take me to around 11 o'clock. Now I'm getting ready for my lunch meeting. So I normally try to take lunch around 11:30, and I'm having a meeting with somebody. It's never me just really sitting alone. It's me either with a referral partner, with a past client, with a you know, builder or a client that I'm trying to get. I mean, I'm sitting there at lunch with them for 1 hour, and I'm asking them a lot of questions. I'm letting them talk, but this is a good time to build the relationship. Okay, so that's lunch. You know, I try to go to the same restaurant because I like it to be familiar. I like people to recognize me. I like, you know, to know the owners. So I kind of stick with the same restaurants, same areas, stuff like that. I'll leave lunch, go back to the office. I'm firing off calls in the phone. I get back to the office, and I am gonna now sit down and send out letters. So I'm gonna send out like thank you cards. So whoever I just had lunch with, thank you for having lunch with me. If I met somebody the night before at a networking event, I'm gonna send them a card. I'm gonna take a little time to do that. Then what I do after that is I do all of my marketing. So now it's me hopping on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and setting all of that up for the day. And there's so many ways that you can do Facebook and you can do social media, but I'm doing it all. And this is probably what takes a bulk of my day, because I do a lot more than a lot of other agents. So I'm blogging, I am checking other people's statuses, writing them comments, but I spend maybe like a whole hour to like an hour and a half doing this. After that, that's when I start to do more of my clerical work. So if there's contracts that need to be attended to, if there's you know, any type of conversations that I need to have with my team, with you know, clients, anybody who I have under contract, inspectors, whatever it is, this is normally when I'm gonna do that. So from round 2 to 3, I'm gonna kind of handle that. From 3 on, I'm back out in the field. So this is me doing listing appointments. This is me showing homes. This is me like actually out in the field. If I don't have any listing appointments or I don't have any homes to show, I'm going to go look for some stuff to see. And so new properties come on the MLS every single day, and so you want to go and preview those properties, especially if they're in an area that you work, just so that you're familiar with the homes and that you can speak intelligently about them. So that's normally what I'm going to be doing. When I finish all of that, that's going to take me till around like 6 o'clock or so. From there, I try to attend some type of networking event. There's always something going on here in Dallas, and so I'll go to some event. I'll only stay an hour. I work the room for an hour, introduce myself, meet some new people, and then I leave. Then it's dinner time. So like lunch, I'm gonna have dinner with somebody. Now my dinner appointments are a lot more casual, because I like those to be with either past clients who I had a good relationship with, or like friends, you know, just to like stay around. But normally in dinner, there's you know, drinking wine and just like having a good time. You have a lot more time to like hang out, and so I'll do that dinner maybe for about an hour and a half. I'm normally home by like 9 o'clock, and I'll, you know, take care of everything that I need to take care of at home. I have an amazing assistant who takes care of some things at my house when I'm not there, so I really appreciate her. But as I'm getting ready for bed and laying down, what I'm doing is I'm doing MLS research, and by MLS I mean, you know, your property search website for whatever, you know, real estate area you're in. So I'm checking to see what new homes have come on the market, what's going on the contract, if there's any new things trending. And I like to do this at night, because I can get lost in it. Like, you know, I can really get lost in the MLS. Like some people can get lost in Facebook and, you know, start off on one profile, and next thing you know, 2 hours have passed. That's me on MLS. So I want to do that in the evening, when I know that I have a lot of time and I don't have to be somewhere. And so that's normally what I'll do. It keeps me fresh on the market. I like to sleep on things. While I'm doing this, things are popping up in my head, so I'm adding them to my to-do list. And then I kind of shut things down and go to sleep. I mean, I'm normally asleep no later than like 11. And so that's pretty much my full day. Of course, things change, things pop up, schedules change, but that's kind of the bones of my schedule.